Filing your taxes can be a bit of a headache, but there's several ways that you could get back more money from the government this year. Fox News' Ted Lindner takes a closer look at some of the tips that some business experts say you should be aware of.
Tax season has begun, but before you file with the IRS, business experts say there's a few things you can do that could help you maximize your returns.
So a lot of people are wondering, should I file my return as soon as I get my information? And interestingly, this year, you might want to wait.
According to J.T. Egan, accounting lecturer at Purdue University, this can be especially true if you're the parent of young kids.
Currently, Congress is considering some what we call extenders. And if these extenders pass, it may impact things like the child tax credit.
On Wednesday, the House approved a bill to extend the child tax credit. It now heads to the Senate, but if approved, it could make it easier for more families to qualify, as well as increase the value per child and adjust the credit to match inflation in the future. Advocates say it could help combat child poverty.
If you file too early, you run the risk of actually missing out on that and wait for the IRS to do a catch-up.
Meanwhile, Egan says there's also a bunch of energy credits you can try and claim this tax season.
So if you got new windows and they're energy efficient windows on your house, there's actually a small tax credit. Also things like a new furnace, a new water heater, those all can potentially create an additional credit.
The deadline to file your taxes isn't till April 15th, but if you miss it,
be prepared for some notices. And if you get some notices, my advice is don't sit on them. They are not a fine wine. They do not age well with time.
Ted Lindner, Fox News.
Meantime, the first Federal Reserve meeting of the year has come and gone, but interest rates remain unchanged. Chairman Jerome Powell says that they're not necessarily looking for better numbers, just more of the good ones that they're already seeing. But several events could push a rate cut further down the road. Wars in Ukraine and the Middle East could disrupt economic progress.
We can see ourselves drawn further into that mess, and that will be expensive. And with all the financing we have to do further ahead, that would put upward pressure on interest rates as well.
The Fed's next policy-making meeting is scheduled for March, and that's the earliest that we could see rates drop.